Right, everyone. Welcome everyone to another tutorial. And today we will discuss a very important topic of information security, and that's called IDS. IDS is something which is being used everywhere. We use it in all type of networks for network security purposes. What is IDS for example? IDS or intrusion detection system, it gathers and analyzes the information from a host like a computer or from a network and looks for any possible security policy violation. Basically what happens, IDS, it starts sniffing the traffic, it sniffs the traffic, it filters the traffic, like it sniffs a lot of traffic, then it filters the traffic, and after filtering the traffic, it looks for signs of intrusion and generate a signal whenever it finds any sort of potential threat. So IDS can be it can be a application, it can be a device, it can be host based, it can be network based. And typically IDS, it's some people or some books, they also call IDS as a packet sniffer. The reason, because it interprets all the packets which travels over the network and then make a comparison and look for any signs of intrusions. Now IDS can be of three types. Uh, it can be network intrusion detection system, it can be host intrusion detection system, or it can be LFM IDS, which is also called log file monitoring IDS. Now, the first one, which is the network intrusion detection system, it inspects every packet in the network which travels or traverses over the network. It will inspect that particular packet. Second is called host based, and that is basically it inspect or it monitors the activities of host computers. So let's say you have a lab or you have a network where you have, for example, 30, 40 computers. So all the computers, they will have an intrusion detection system installed. So it requires some extra work. So the best thing is, if there is any intrusion occurred on a computer, it will not affect overall network. Third one is log file monitoring IDS. So basically it monitors the logs of the network and looks for any possible, for example, any sort of suspicious activity. For example, log file monitoring IDS, what it can do, it can typically look for signs of intrusion. For example, let's say somebody failed password attempt. It might be a sign of a password cracking attack. So this was like the types of IDS. Other than that, how IDS typically works, there are three methodologies. One is signature, second is anomaly, and third one is called protocol-based IDS. So first one is signature-based IDS, a very common IDS. What it does, it compares the traffic to known signature from a signature file database. So basically, you got a intrusion detection system. It can be NIDS, network-based, HIDS, it can be LFM. So I'm talking about NIDS and HIDS for the moment. So let's say you have a NIDS, network intrusion detection system, and what it is doing, it basically using signatures. It have a signature like known viruses, like how, for example, intrusion or bad traffic looks like. It will compare the traffic with the known signatures. Pattern matching is one of the most common one, where we look for the patterns. For example, let's say you have // trap in the header, something like that. And if a match occurs, then it's going to make a log first, and then it will generate the alert. Nowadays, attackers are very sharp. What they typically do, they basically modify the signature so it cannot be detected. Other than that, we have another intrusion detection system, anomaly based. In anomaly based intrusion detection system, it compares the traffic with the baseline. So basically, we compares the network behavior or the host behavior compares with the baseline profile or network profile. So what is baseline profile? Baseline profile, what it does, it is typically used to define what is acceptable on the network and on the host. For example, whitelisting. So whitelist is like anomaly based IDS, which detects any intrusion whenever something goes outside the acceptable range. For example, you have an ICMP packet and the packet is too big. I mean, it should be 64 bytes, but packet is, for example, let's say 10,000 bytes, something like that. So in that case, if you have a proper IDS configured, it's going to generate the alarm. Um, the anomaly-based IDS, they can also detect previously unknown vulnerabilities, unknown threats, because when you compare the network behavior with the novel network behavior, you can find or you can discover unknown threats. The last one is protocol-based analyzers, protocol-based IDS. So protocol-based IDS, it is similar to anomaly-based IDS, but they are specific anomaly based on a specific protocol. For example, sequencing error. For example, it can include malformed messages, or for example, any any protocol related suspicious activities. For example, a protocol HTTP, it runs on port 80. Let's say it might have changed the port number. Another, let's say 3389 is typically used for some service. For example, I forgot what exactly, but I think it's for the 3389 is, I think it's LDAP. Yeah, for example, LDAP. So for example, that services might be running on might be running on something else. So basically, the anomaly based on a specific protocol is called protocol based IDS. Now, whenever protocol generate the alerts, so there are four different type of alerts, mainly three. It can be true positive, then it can be false positive, then true negative, false negative. So two positive, two negatives, like true positive, all right, false positive, true negative, false negative. So basically, true positive. Positive means alarm or IDS has generated an alert. All right. True mean attack is real. So that is mean attack was real, alarm generated. Perfect. Or intrusion generated. Number two, it's false positive. Positive mean alarm generated or IDS generated an alarm, but false. But attack was not real. The third one is true positive. Positive, sorry, negative, true negative. Negative mean no alarm generated, true, no attack, no attack, no alarm. The last one is false negative. Negative mean no alarm generated, but that is false. It means attack was real, right? So this was like a overall summary of intrusion detection system. In the next video, we will be discussing firewall